Well, welcome back, and for his thoughts on the first half, David Oxley.
Well, no end-of-season blues about this game. Plenty of excitement and good football. Of course, a vital game for both sides, and the game's being played with the sort of commitment one would expect. But so far, in an excellent spirit, no problems for referee Vince Moss. Battle of the back three, very interesting. The Gawley, Chisnell, Pinner trio for St Helens, and Birdsall, Skerritt, and Ian Madley for Hull. And Madley's form has been a revelation. He's filling the Steve Norton role with great distinction at the moment. Just signs towards the end of the half that the powerful Hull pack were beginning to get on top, and they deserve this narrow lead. But Saints always dangerous on the break. Everything to play for.
Oh, and the kick by Birdsall goes dead. Well, we can see a lot of kicking from Hull in this half. They have the advantage of the wind that Pinner used so well in the first half. Saints trailing by just at 1 point, 5-6 at half-time. St Helens in possession. There's Matthias. Looking for support, no one on that left-hand side. Pinner, Arkwright. Oh, good strong running again by Arkwright. Bayliss was taken out of the game by a tackle. Saints keep it moving. Chisnell. Pinner on the 25. Still a strong attack.
A beautiful break here by this very exciting prospect, Arkwright. Moving well, looking for support. It's not quite there. Paul Woods, a despairing hand on, and just perfects the tackle.
Peter Gawley. Lip trot to Chisnell. Pinner, the short one to Bayliss. What a lovely time ball. And what good strong centre running by Bayliss. And a good arm tackle by Dean. Good move, good rugby.
Oh, a masterly pass by Pinner to get this exciting prospects Bayliss away here. And it's Tony Dean, the evergreen, who just manages to hold him short of the line.
Chisnell, and Chisnell puts the big forward drive in, looking for support, gets it from lip trot to Arkwright. Here's Arkwright again, and nicely to Jones. Arkwright's power to thrust through a tackle shown again. Jones, Arkwright, Canning, right along the line now. Chisnell straightening it up, looking for support, gets it out to Owen. Owen just sees black and white jerseys, goes up the middle himself. He's going, looking for support to Gawley. Gawley kicks ahead, can he touch down? Yes! Gawley touches down 6 inches from the dead ball line. The try awarded to Peter Gawley. Element of luck about it, but he followed up.
Well, a superb run by Roger Owen here. He didn't appear to have anywhere to go, runs well, gets his pass away. It's kicked on behind his own line by a Hull player, and Peter Gawley's first there.
A scrambled effort, but they all count, and it puts St Helens in the lead by 8 points to 6, with what looks like a simple goal to come from Pinner. Yes, St Helens 10, Hull 6. Harry Pinner's second goal of the match. His 14th of the season. He's also got 6 tries and 4 drop goals. That's Peter Gawley, the try scorer. Had an element of luck from the kick, but he went after it. Les Jones. Saints now back in front at 10 points to 6. Hope. Left trot, Chisnall inside to Pinner. Pinner to Jones. And in goes Prendeville. That'll be a penalty to St Helens. Prendeville, it may have been an over-enthusiastic attempt to grasp Jones, but it rather looked like an attempted punch. Prendeville will be called out. Prendeville ticked off with that tackle on his opposite number, Les Jones. Penalty to St Helens. Pinner to kick. Left trot on the halfway line. Here comes Owen on the burst. Comes up like a Sherman tank. Hope. There we have the typical platform for a classically simple try in rugby league. The forwards driving in, making the openings, then the backs come into it. Lip trot, Chisnall, Arkwright, and beautifully to Canning. Canning to Gawley, under the post, hits the second try to Peter Gawley. And a lovely move, the best move of the game. Beautiful bit of rugby.
Rugby league football at its very best. It's the Chisnall-Arkwright link. And young John Canning doing particularly well here to wrong foot the whole defence, get his pass away to the ever-supporting Gawley. Good running by Peter Gawley, his second try of the game.
Marvellous piece of rugby. The forwards setting it up with those two heavy drives from Owen and Hope, and then the backs taking over with that lovely move, finished by second row forward Peter Gawley. There's the goal from Pinner. St Helens now move into what is quite a comfortable lead. 15-6, but we've still plenty of time remaining. Well, can Hull come back from that couple of body blows from Peter Gawley? Pinner again, inside Jones. Jones going down the centre of the field. George Robinson waiting for him. And Robinson brings him down. Robinson will pull back down with Ward, with forwards at number 6. But wherever the whole formation is, they're under pressure now from Chisnall sending a dummy. And Saints playing like a team possessed at the moment. Pinner, Gawley, Peter Gawley. Couple of tries from him. 2 tries in 3 minutes from Peter Gawley, and for Saints there's Pinner. Hull on the ropes at the moment, taking a lot of punishment from this rampant Saints side who have the scent of the top 8 in their nostrils. And there's Roger Owen again. Roger Owen crashing through this big front row forward. Saints hungry for tries at the moment. Canning, Chisnall, and an interception by Stone, just as the Hull defence was taking a battering. Duke, Skerrett. Well, can Hull come back from those 2 tries, really rocked them? There's Walters. Hull were well into the game until Gawley's brace. Tyndall gets it out. Madeley takes it a little further. Walters coming inside. Wilby. Robinson the substitute. Down the middle. Good work by Robinson, still going, pushing men off. Great effort being put into this game by both sides. There's Dean, Good running by Dean, firing it out. Picked up by Peacham. Good determined running. Hull realising they've got to pick up a try to get back into this match. They trail by 15-6. And they're over the 25-yard line. Skerritt. He wasn't held, so he got the ball out. Woods. Hull 10 yards from the St Helens line. Madeley. Birdsall. Tyndall. The forward powering in. Duke. Stone wants support, gets it out. Still Hull have possession. They're on the final tackle. Duke to Prendeville. And there's no way through. But certainly Hull came back with spirit after being hit by that quick 1-2 from Peter Gawley. Keith Tyndall goes off. Mick Sutton comes on. Mick Sutton, nice clean jersey. On for Tyndall. Mick Sutton, son of Tommy Sutton, who played for both Hull clubs and played for Hull at Wembley. And there's Keith Tyndall going off. And it's close to St Helens line, and Dean has possession. Getting up, plays the ball to himself, and a penalty. He didn't play it properly to himself. And as Tony Dean goes over the line, oh, the injustice of it all, says Tony Dean. Oh, Mr. Moss, you have done me a wrong.
Well, quick thinking Tony Dean, did he play that ball? Vince Moss right on the spot. He said not, and no try.
The ball has to be played with the foot, and Vince Moss, believing that Tony Dean didn't play it properly, but it was an enterprising bit of rugby by Dean. Deserved better than the fate it got. So Saints trying to come away with Roger Owen. Needs 4 men to put him down. Chisnall to Pinner. Pinner again making the half break and looking to move the ball out into the open. Chisnall. Bayliss slipped as he came to take that pass. Liptrot looking for Gawley. Bayliss! Bayliss going up the touchline. Jones is inside him. Jones is scoring. They won't stop Les Jones. Les Jones, a fourth St Helens slide made by the touchline break of Steve Bayliss.
Well, Peter Gawley scored 2. Now he sets one up. Comes on the short side. Beautiful pass to Steve Bayliss, who runs brilliantly. Times his pass to Les Jones, and then it's all over.
Well, Les Jones had a testimonial last year. That's his 9th try of the season. And after Harry Pinner has taken this kick, George Nichols will come onto the field to substitute for Mike Hope. Pinner makes it 20 points to 6. Magnificent second half by St Helens, really taking Hull apart after Hull had watched the second half, and it looks as if Tony Dean is still arguing about that this half time. George Nichols veteran of many a test match. And what a man to have coming on a sub. On for Hope. Owen. Nichols. Pinner. Nichols, Chisnall, Gawley. The whole defence now beginning to show gaps. Nichols, George Nichols takes it over the halfway line. St Helens wanting plenty of points as well as the victory. They want to make absolutely sure that's a penalty. A two-man tackle, the ball thrust out of Pinner's hands. It was loose forward Ian Medley that did that. So penalty to St Helens. The ball played, Roger Owen. Pinner, Haggerty, good running, and Dean, I think Dean showing a little of the frustration of that disallowed try. Chisnall, Pinner again, going for the 25. Les Jones is with him. Inside is Bayliss, and he knocked it on. Bayliss had a walk in. Perhaps he didn't expect it. Perhaps Harry Pinner was even too clever for Bayliss.
Beautiful break by Harry Pinner. He's looking for Les Jones on his right. Prenderville takes Jones out of the game. He has to switch it inside, and Steve Bayliss just can't hold the pass.
Pinner to Chisnall. Haggerty. On the sixth tackle. Oh, and Tony Dean goes down. Haggerty will get a talking to at least. Yellow card possibly.
Well, the tackle well made here. Roy Haggerty held him in the tackle. Tony Dean comes to complete it. And for his pains, he gets a little elbow jab.
Canning selling a dummy, trying to go himself, almost got it out to Arkwright. Owen, the battering round all forward. Chisnall, Nichols, good short ball to Pinner, but a good tackle too. Charlie Birdsall wasn't letting Pinner through that time. Nichols firing it out to Chisnall to Arkwright up the middle. 20 yards from the Hull line. St Helens looking for their fifth try. Liptrot, Nichols, Pinner gets it out to Litherland. Litherland going himself. Litherland in, made it all himself from the flail of ball. Pinner was tackled, wasn't held, slipped it out to Litherland, and he decided to go around the defence himself.
Well, a tied defence here allow Harry Pinner, who's very strong in the upper body, to get this ball away, and Litherland finishes it off well, but it must be said that the whole defence is looking a little bit dispirited and tired at this stage.
St Helens 23, Hull 6, and Hull's great first half effort has now evaporated. Hull won't be too happy this season about their visits to what used to be called now South Lancashire, but is now a mixture of local authorities. Warrington hit them for 38 points at Wilderspool. Now here comes St Helens, making it 20, well, still 23. as Tony Dean kicks off, Chris Arkwright is named as St Helens man of the match for some great breaks from the standoff half position and the first try. Gawley. Nichols. Liptrot. Liptrot trying the tackle breaking. Chris Arkwright, the man of the match. Pinner. Chisnall, nice ball to Arkwright. Arkwright away again, pushes off Dean. Arkwright's going himself, but a good tackle by Birdsall. Hegarty. Owen, can Owen go through? Yes! Roger Owen bolt powers him through for the 6th try. Roger Owen from the Welsh Junior Rugby Union side in Welsh, Wales. Hammered his way through for the 6th St Helens try. And in front of the post, strong wind against the kicker. John Canning trying his luck then. 3 minutes remaining. St Helens having taken complete charge of the second half. Lead by 26 points to 6, says Roger Owen, the scorer, the last scorer. Arkwright, Pinner, Gawley, and it was forward that time. Forward from Pinner to Gawley.
Another classic ball from Harry Pinner, just marginally forward there, but that's loose forward play of its highest order.
Scrum forming 5 yards inside the whole half. The Moss not happy with it. We're into injury time at the end of this game, which has swung so dramatically from Hull at half-time to St Helens in the second half. This time it's a good clean heel. Dean has it. Sub Robinson. Paul Woods. Skerrett. Walters, Peacham. Going gamely over the halfway line as the hooter blows. And a good and convincing, and in the second half, spectacular win by St Helens against Hull by 26 points to 6. And let's see what David Oxley feels about all that.
Well, superlative second half display from the Saints. There was a top 8 position beckoning, and how well they took their chance. At half-time, I thought Hull were worth their narrow lead, and at that point, one thought that the powerful Hull pack would take over in the second half. The reverse was true. The back three of Saints, Eric Chisnall, Harry Pinner, and Peter Gawley, who had a magnificent second half, one he'll remember for a long time, really dominated the proceedings from then on.
The interesting thing now that St Helens have commanded the top 8 places, they seem to have struck form at the right time. It is possible for a side in the Premiership to come from number 8 and win.
Oh, it's been done before, and on this sort of second half form, Saints could take anybody on. They have a very, very promising young back division. I mean, man of the match Chris Arkwright ran particularly well off Eric Chisnell today. They've got pace and power and experience up front, and they're more than a match for anybody on their day, and today was their day.
And it was good to see classic forward backing up from Peter Gawley, and Saints' best try of the game.
Oh, that was a classic rugby league try. Superb running by Peter. He had a great second half, and Saints really looked very, very good in the second half indeed. Hull, their heads went down a little, short of possession in the second half. Tony Dean, the veteran, the evergreen, never stopped battling away there. Still disappointed about that disallowed try. But at that point, I don't think it really mattered. Saints were well on top and going to win this game.
So a splendid game of rugby league football there, and a win which in fact ensures that St Helens will be in the Championship 8 playoff, something which only a few weeks ago seemed a far cry. In fact, they even looked at one stage as though they might be relegated. Well, for Hull, their hopes of making the top 4 took something of a denting. That's more or less it from this series of rugby league action, but we hope that we'll all be together again come August. Stay tuned though, because later tonight there'll be the full result.